What an epic win on this Monday night at Yankee Stadium for the Padres. What a game. The night where Mike Shildt probably becomes legendary as a Padres manager, ejected along with Fernando Tatis Jr. in a remarkable eighth inning where the Padres scored 4 runs to shock the Yankees in the rain. All 4 of those runs coming around with 2 outs there in the eighth inning. And the Padres just remarkably continue this incredible start to their year, 23-11. And oh, by the way, Jackson Merrill is coming back tomorrow for the Padres. So let's talk all about it for the next hour. Make your way in and subscribe here on Content for You. If you're a Padres fan, if you're a baseball fan, smash the like button. We need 500 likes because this is the win of the year to this point. We need 600 likes.
Yes.
This is the win of the year. Smash the like button. Follow us on X at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell ST. We see the supers that have rolled in. We'll get to all of them. We appreciate your support of this channel. So please support the channel. We'll get to all of your comments, the super chats. We'll pull them up on screen, every single one of them. If you support our work, if you want to control the direction of the conversation, click that $sign below the chat box. If you want to become a member, get custom emojis and badges, you can click the join button down below. Who would have thought tonight in the rain, they go down early, Trent Grisham revenge game. It's just not your night. Multiple rain delays until it was their night. And it's Manny, and it's Xander, and it's Shilty, and it's Toddy, and it's the bullpen again. Difference between good and great is this bullpen, by the way, for the Padres. And they absolutely stunned the Yankees in a game that will be remembered for Fernando Tatis Jr. getting ejected and Mike Shildt giving an earfill to Adrian Johnson, the plate umpire.
Yeah, it starts and ends with that eighth inning. The top of the eighth inning was, it's like a movie script, right? So you're trailing 3-0. Maldonado strikes out. Tyler Wade draws a walk. Brandon Lockridge gets a single. And then the Tatis situation happens. And Adrian Johnson on the plate has been fucking horrific all night long. This guy is, I'm pretty sure metrics show he's one of the worst umpires in the sport of baseball. Like, I'm fairly confident that it shows that Adrian Johnson is an awful umpire. And he knows he sucks. We know he sucks. Every baseball player knows he sucks. And of course, we saw that play out tonight. Tatis strikes out. It was a close pitch, but it was everything building up to that pitch.
Yeah. I didn't think it was that close, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you're probably right, but yeah. I do think it wasn't just that pitch that Tatis was pissed off at. It was a lot of stuff leading up to that moment. And I do think the rain delay had a part of it because it's his call, right? Because he's the crew chief, if I'm not mistaken, right?
It's his call as to whether they put the tarp on the field, you're saying, during the game?
Right.
Yeah, it's umpire's discretion.
Yeah, and I think he's the crew chief.
I have no idea if he's the crew chief or not.
Anyway, I'll just say he is. But anyway, earlier in that game, not calling the rain delay when it was like, it's like literally a shower rainstorm. Call the game, bro. At least put this thing in a delay. What are we doing here?
Yeah, anyway, not call the game, right? Bring the tarp on the field. Yeah,
that's what I meant. Not call the game, but put the game in delay. What are we doing? Anyway, I do think that, along with then restarting the game without having the crew, the grounds crew come out and paint the batters boxes and all that stuff. But mostly it was his strike zone tonight. That was horrific. And you're right, John. That is a legendary moment for Mike Shildt as a Padres manager to get thrown out of that game the way he did and to argue the way he did. And when the fire is lit under Shilty's ass, oh, you do not want to be around Shilty. And Adrian Johnson got the brunt of it.
Yeah, it was amazing. I didn't know if Tatis was going to get ejected, but I think what got Tatis going was prior to him striking out on the 1-1 pitch that was low that he took exception. Shildt was providing an earful at that point from the dugout. They were showing it on TV. And then once Tatis struck out, swinging at that pitch that was a breaking ball away, he struck out 3 times tonight. I don't mind him voicing displeasure the way he did with the umpire. Now, I don't know what he said. He may have said absolutely nothing. He might have said everything. And the umpire immediately ejects him. And then Shildt asked Tatis on his way out. He's like, did he just toss you?
Right.
And Tatis walks in, and then he goes to Adrian Johnson. He's like, did you just toss him? And once he said yes, Schilt throws the glasses, and the rest is history. It's one thing to have an epic managerial rant. It's another thing for a team to respond immediately in that spot with an unbelievable comeback. The Yankees bullpen has really done them in this year. They've had 5 blown leads or 5 losses when leading in the 8th inning or later this year. And the way this transpired, Machado with the bases loaded, the double, they're still trailing by a run. You still need a base hit. And Xander Bogaerts, 8 RBIs his last 6 games, 2 hits today. One of them was a pop-up on the infield, but whatever. The 2-run single with 2 outs in the 8th inning. He's had big hit after big hit for the Padres over the last week. So I give them all credit, from, like you said, Brandon Lockridge to Tyler Wade, to Machado, to Toddy, to Schilte, to Bogaerts. It's just, I don't know, when you're going well, you're going well. And they've won 6 straight. And that 8th inning just summarizes everything about the Padres under Mike Schilt over the last 2 years.
It reminded me of the Washington Nationals game last year at Petco when they hit Profar intentionally. They'll say it wasn't intentional. That was intentional. And then tempers flared and, kind of had a scrum, right? Everyone's talking shit to each other. And then immediately after that, Manny with the 2-run bomb.
That's right.
We didn't have to wait long. Immediately 2-run bomb. Same situation here. We had to wait a batter. Great at bat by Arise to get the walk there. I think Schilte mentioned it in the post game, to draw that walk, and then Manny to come through immediately, and then Xander to come through immediately, and it's 4-3, and it's like, holy shit, what just happened? I mean, that was incredible, that moment, and you saw the fire, and a lot of times, not a lot of times, but there are some times, and you know this, John, when a team just doesn't have it, their manager's like, all right, I'm going to go out and get thrown out to try to light a fire under their ass. Now, that usually happens when a team's going through like a losing streak, or they're like, just like, we haven't scored any runs last week. I need to jumpstart this team. And I don't think that was this situation here, because they've won 5 in a row. So why does Schilte need to do that, right? If they lose tonight, they move on, play tomorrow, it's whatever. Mm-hmm. But, that was a 100% warranted ejection by Schilt. And he was 100% right to do that. I loved the fact that he went out there and just lost his shit on this guy. Very underrated. He talked about it post game. Very underrated eyeglass or glasses toss. Did you see that? Like, he just took it off, just flew it, and then just unloaded on Adrian Johnson. But clutch moment from Manny, and even more clutch moment there from Xander. Like, we've been talking about this all year long. If Xander puts up a season where he hits 290, that's great. But what you want is, more than anything, is impactful moments. I'd rather have Xander hit 265, 270 on the year, but have moments like he had tonight, sprinkled throughout the entirety of a season, where you can immediately think in your head, Xander was very impactful. Then him hit 299 with a bunch of like, what did you do? Like, did you do anything?
Yeah, I mean, the truth is, like, listen, Xander's going to be criticized until he produces for the entirety of a season, but there's no reason to be anything but in his corner right now, because clearly he went through it, and he's had 8 RBIs now in his last 6 games. He's had 3 multi-RBI games in his last 6. We're going to get to all these super chats, by the way. If you're here, subscriber, 23 subscribers away from 8,400. There's going to be 600 or 700 of you here live tonight, and thousands more on replay. Please subscribe. We need to get to 8,400 with your help. We need 500 likes. We'll get to all of these supers. We see them rolling in. We really appreciate your support of the channel as the Padres win tonight over the Yankees in game 1 of the series, 4-3. Listen, they have the 4-game losing streak, but they've got the second best record in baseball, and it's a tough sport, and there's going to be highs and lows for individual players. I mean, maybe Toddy's going through it right now, but they've won 6 straight. Or Manny went through it for a week. Well, that happens in baseball. Or Xander's just been going through it, but he's finally getting out of it. And this team's just, I mean, you can't ask for more. Without Jackson Merrill, without Jake Cronenworth, without you, Darvish, 3rd rain delay to start a game in the last 4 on the road, and they're getting up for every single one of these games. and hopefully continues, is what I would say. 4-0 start to the road trip. Let's run through some of these super chats that have rolled through over the last 30 minutes or so, including from before the show even started. Like Ishmael, who says second year that Jim criticizes and player responds. Second, this is like the 17th time that this has happened in Jim's career and in Padres franchise history. I assume he's talking about Xander Bogaerts.
Yeah, Xander Bogaerts has been fantastic to the last 6 games. It's 2 for 3 tonight, 2 RBIs, the biggest of the night. He had a walk on the night as well.
That first hit was he smoked that ball.
Yeah, it was a rocket off the bat. Look at that thing.
Go back and watch that first hit. I can't believe that was only a single.
It goes down as a line drive in the box score, John.
It was a line drive straight in the air.
Hey, sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good.
Yeah, exactly. JD Gatcha, thank you. Says Yankees have now lost 5 games this year when leading in the 8th inning. That's rough. Think about that. If the Padres had the same stat, what are they right now? 23-11. They'd be 18-16. If they had blown 5 8th inning leads this year, they'd be 18-16. By the way, the Yankees are 19-16. The difference between good and great is a great bullpen, and the Padres bullpen proved it again today. Look at what they did. They showed off their depth. They didn't use the entirety of the A team. They still win this game 4-3.
Yeah. Devin Williams has been awful for the Yankees. Just flat out awful. But anyway, like we talked about today on John and Jim, and the numbers only went down today, by the way. Their bullpen across the board, every statistic, everything, either the best in baseball or second best in baseball, or at worst, third best in baseball. Every single statistic that you could find when judging a bullpen or looking at bullpen numbers, they are right at the top of the league. First, maybe second, first. Like everything. They have been incredible. And once again, I think going through the rain delay today, the resiliency, I'm shocked that Schulte didn't drop a grit squad within the first 5 seconds of his postgame show tonight.
He did, but it was later in the press conference.
I know, but yep. I'm shocked it wasn't like I had my timer out and I was literally waiting to say, all right, 2.1 seconds in, Schulte dropped the grit squad.
Yep.
But I think the resiliency of this team tonight, especially from Nick Pivetta, kind of like start, stop. And he's out there when it's literally pouring down in his face.
The water's just coming off his bill of his cap.
I mean, it was ridiculous that they allowed him to stay out there for as long as he did. But I just look at these numbers tonight, John. Matsui, nothing. Berger, nothing. Estrada, nothing. Suarez, nothing. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, the bullpen, having a bullpen like this allows you for moments like in the 8th inning to happen. You keep this team within striking distance. You don't give up, a bunch of runs, and it gives this team an opportunity to do what they did tonight in the 8th inning, all led by Manny and Xander. It was, I think it was the signature win of the year so far with everything that went into this game. Ejections, the rain delays, trailing late. I mean, they had no business winning that game. None.
Yeah, I don't think it's probably particularly close. The signature win of the year, doing it at Yankee Stadium in those conditions and with that epic rally in the 8th inning.
Yeah.
To your point on Devin Williams, thank you. Hi, I'm Morgan for the Super. Devin Williams, my GOAT. Certainly right. Tonight for Padres fans. The Beef, thank you. Grit Squad, Schilt is the man, a game for the ages. The young bull. Back tomorrow, talking about Jackson Merrill. We'll get into that. Adrenaline still pumping. LFGSD, sweep them. A 4-0 start to the road trip with Colorado still on deck. After an off day on Thursday, they could certainly win 6+ games on this trip. I think for a lot of Padres fans, it would be disappointing if they didn't win 6+ games on this trip now with the way it started. Credit to everyone that's filled in the absence of guys like Jackson Merrill and Jake Cronenworth and Luis Arraez and Yu Darvish. By the way, to your point on Nick Pivetta, I thought Pivetta was awesome tonight.
Yep.
First of all, the batter he walked in front of Grisham was a strike call that was called a ball.
Yep,
he
awful.
Allows the one home run to Grisham. Okay, I mean, it's going to happen. It's Yankee Stadium. It's the greatest hitter's ballpark in the sport other than Coors Field. To your point, he goes back out there. He allows an unearned run. I mean, he gave the Padres a chance to win this game. And Nick Pivetta has been one of the unsung heroes for this team to begin this year. And I thought he was once again very good tonight.
I thought he was really good tonight. One of the things coming into this year with Nick Pivetta, the MO is he gives up a lot of home runs. Like he gives up hard contact. He's a strikeout guy, but he gives up home runs. And we haven't really seen that this year because he's been fantastic for them. But yeah, if you give up a 2-run home run, guess what? Keep it there. And I know he allowed another run there, but at the same time, gave the team a chance to win today. And I thought with the conditions that were at Yankee Stadium, I mean, I'll take that every day. And then with the bullpen they have, they're going to keep it at 3 and gives you a chance. So, yeah, he's just been fantastic this year. And then tomorrow you get Michael King reunion at Yankee Stadium, and I'm fired up, man. I want the game to start like literally right now. Like today's ending of that game with the ejection and the 4 runs in the 8th inning right after the ejection, closing that game out, getting the win. That just fires you up as a Padre fan.
Sure does. They've won 6 straight since that 4-game losing streak, and I think they're 15-9 without Jackson Merrill. 15-9, 620 baseball without.
And he's
Jackson
back
Merrill.
tomorrow.
Incredible, and he's back. No Mama says, I think he's talking about Campy. Campy really thought he was Fernando. That was on Gavin Sheets, that ball that got away, and Sheets is waving Campy in. The ball got like 2 feet away from the catcher, and Campy had no chance of scoring. Fortunately, it did not cost them. It did take the bat out of Sheets' hands there in the 7th inning, but ultimately the Padres rally in the 8th. E-Racing with Tail, thank you, man, for the membership and the super chat. Guys, if you are here, subscribe. We are just 18 subscribers away from 8,400. We need your help. Please smash the like button as well. He says, what a great win by the boys. Manny and Bogey with huge hits. X-Man been showing up lately. Want to love him as a Padre so bad. What a week, dude. You said it on John and Jim, and maybe you said on the wrap-up show. He didn't have a 3 RBI game last year. He's had 2 in his last 6, and he had 2 RBIs here today. He did not have a 3 RBI game last year. We know he had no RBIs to start the year, but 8 in 6 games is a good way to make up for, some slow starts that Bogarts has had, or, the slow start he's had so far this year. And he's coming around. He's coming around right now.
And I'll continue to say it. The biggest thing that you look for Xander to do is just, can you be impactful? And can you make whatever numbers you give this team matter, like in impactful numbers? You could argue all 8 RBIs he's had the last, 6-game winning streak have been impactful for the team. You absolutely could argue that.
Huge.
Yeah. Like, the insurance home run, 2-run homer there against the Giants. What was it last Tuesday, right? Last Tuesday. Pittsburgh, those were big RBI in Pittsburgh. And then tonight, obviously, the game-winning RBI in New York. You also called it too. You said, maybe Xander will do better because he's going back to Yankee Stadium, where he's played there
really well
bunch, and he's played really well at Yankee Stadium.
He has.
He was a Red Sox.
And one of his other RBIs he had against the Giants was an RBI 2-out single in the first against the Giants. That was the first of 3-run scoring there in the first inning against San Francisco in the game. He also homered in his only homer of the year. Quacktown Padres, what's up, man? Thank you for the super. He says he was there.
Let's go.
Shit was wild. I thought that said shit was wild, but shit was wild, and let's effing go. I heard "Let's go Padres" chants from an empty Yankee Stadium, which I completely understand. It was pouring all night. It was 55 degrees or whatever it was. It is rare to see Yankee Stadium like that. You could hear Padres fans, and by the end of the game, there were probably 4,000 or 5,000 people there, and probably half of them were rooting for the Padres. So an odd night, and it might look the same tomorrow. It's supposed to rain again tomorrow. They got this game in somehow, some way. A couple of delays. Win is a win.
You know what Erin told me while we were watching the game? She's like, how did Padres fans get tickets right behind home plate? I'm like, well, they probably walked down there after the rain delays, but still, it was great to see. And if you're a Padres fan, if you're looking for like road trips to go on, I think a lot are going to choose like New York, right? Especially Pittsburgh, New York. You got a great ballpark in Pittsburgh, and then New York is New York. So it's a good 6-game roadie to go on if you're a Padres fan.
100%. I mean, you never expect this type of weather, even if it is
right.
Early May. I mean, you're going to run into 6 consecutive days of rain. If you're the Padres,
seen 4 straight wins.
Yeah, exactly. So kind of is what it is. As someone that's been to Yankee Stadium, the new Yankee Stadium, probably 10 times, it is probably one of my least favorite ballparks, but it is the Yankees. and it is the Bronx, and it's all that history. We'll get back to the Super Chats. We'll get back to the conversation here tonight. We do need to thank our title sponsor here on the Wrap-Up Show, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance. If you support our channel, please support Mark. He's been with us since day one. That's 4 years of the Wrap-Up Show on YouTube. If you have an insurance need, take it from us. Mark will be there for you. I've got a homeowner's, earthquake, and life insurance policy through Mark. You can as well. He does auto. He's going to save you time. He's going to save you money. He's a native San Diegan. He's a lifelong Padre fan. Get free quotes online by clicking the link in the description down below. Call him. He'll talk to you about the Padres. We've been texting with him tonight. He would love to talk to you about the Padres. He'd love to save you money on your insurance. And then if you ever need him, like I did a couple of years ago, had to file a claim, he's going to be there for you. So if you support the channel, make sure to get in contact with Mark Nimitz by clicking that link in the description down below.
All his information is on that ticker there, mnimitz at farmersagent.com. When you reach out to Mark, who's very happy tonight, let him know that John and Jim from the Wrap-Up Show sent you. He was very angry for a while, and then
well, I don't blame him. I mean, watching this game from a fan perspective, the umpiring was poor both ways, by the way, and this will change in the future with automatic balls and strikes. You'd like to think. Adrian Johnson was awful. He was awful, and that leads to a situation like the one that played out tonight in the 8th inning. Please subscribe, smash the like button, follow us on X at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Let's get to more of these supers. You can click the $ below the chat box. Vector53, longtime supporter, says that was a vintage Grit Squad win. Really was. How many come from behind wins do they have this year of 3 runs or more? They have at least probably 3 of them in the first 30-something games of the year. So they've shown that same, grittiness that they showed in 2024 under Schill.
Well, let's take a look to see which one of those games are. So we got tonight in Pittsburgh. You got, what is it? There's a comeback victory in Houston on that Sunday night when they lost to Rise. Tatis hit that home run. Hit 3 RBI that day.
3, right?
Yeah. They weren't down 3 though. Trying to see here.
They were 1 or 2 early. That's the way I remember it.
Early? I mean, if you want to count,
like the Cubs, like the April 6th win over the Cubs, 8-7. Did they trail by 3 in that game?
Which game? The Cubs?
Yeah, 8-7 on April 6th.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they did. They trailed 7-3 in that game.
They did. Yep. Okay, so there you go.
But there's another one I think in there too. Maybe not.
No, I think those are I think tonight and that game right there, the only ones.
Yeah, they trailed the Cubs 3-1 in a game they won 10-4 this year, but they've overcome some deficits, and they haven't allowed a team to overcome a deficit against them. That's kind of been the theme as well so far this year. I'd have to look through all the games, but they've got at least a couple of them. Ben, thank you, man, for the super chat. He says, in the book about the Padres bullpen so far in 2025, the Yuki Matsui emergence might be one of my favorite chapters. That's a great book, Ben. I love that book. What about Wandy Peralta? But certainly Yuki Matsui as well. We went through it today. There is no weak link in the Padres bullpen right now.
No.
As we sit here today, there's not one weak link in that bullpen. That's incredible.
No, not one. Not a single one. I mean, Wandy Peralta struggled a lot last year. It's not a weak link. Ryan Bergert, guy that they, it's like Ryan Bergert. He had a big inning tonight.
Got to win. First major league win.
Yuki Matsui. He's been fantastic for them. And then we obviously know like the 4, the 4 horsemen. I'm going to call them the 4 horsemen. How about that?
I like it. Did you come up with that?
Four horsemen in the bullpen. I'm trademarking that.
Is it yours?
No.
I knew it wasn't.
No, I swear. Actually, I know. No, the 4 horsemen's. It's a
Notre Dame reference.
No, it's it's in the comic books. It's like when Apocalypse has his 4 horsemen of anyway. But they're and also it's also a wrestling thing. But no, I haven't seen anybody call Estrada, Morahone, Adam, and Suarez the 4 horsemen yet.
Put it on a shirt.
So there you go. Take that, everybody. Take it.
Yeah.
The Padres 4 horsemen. All right. You got Estrada, Morahone, Adam, and Suarez. There you go.
I love that.
It's from the Bible too, but there's a lot of different things. Yeah.
It's from the Bible. It's from Notre Dame football in the 20s. It's from wrestling, and it's also from the Padres bullpen.
Right, exactly.
Brando's Modern Life, thank you. He says John Boy is having a field day. I need the breakdown. I need the word for word, because Luke T followed up by saying definitely want the John Boy lip read for this one. I mean, Schilt probably cursed 50 times.
Good.
In a minute and a half.
I love it. Schilt's got that Southern flair, man.
Yeah, when he gets going, he gets going. Like, he seems like this mild-mannered dude until he's not. How can you not love playing for this dude? I mean, talk about the ultimate player's manager. I mean, that is Mike Schilt to a T. Miley M, thank you for the super. Grish Homer was inevitable. Glad we overcame it. Yeah, we all thought that.
People in the chat are like, I think the Bible might be older than the comic books. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, probably.
But, that my first thought, sorry, I didn't go to the Bible. My first thought did go to a reference in the Bible of Apocalypse, the 4 horsemen of Apocalypse, and then it morphed into a comic book thing and whatever. Anyway, 4 horsemen. There you go.
Put on a t-shirt. Rocket, thank you for the Superman. I missed the possible game of the year for the team tonight working. I'm really proud of this team so far in the season. Can't wait for Merrill, who will be back tomorrow. It was interesting conditions tonight. Jason Hayward in the 8th inning fell down. Brandon Lockridge had some interesting routes to balls in the rain. Like, these were not ideal playing conditions, obviously, with the rain. The field held up by and large. It will be interesting if it rains all day, if they put Jackson Merrill in the outfield tomorrow in his return from the IL or not. You might say, well, where else would they put him? They could DH him if they wanted to, with Brandon Lockridge basically playing every day right now. I would guess he would be in center field tomorrow, but if it's going to be one of those situations where it's raining all day and the game starts at the tarp on the field, I don't know. Is that how you want to have Jackson Merrill return to your lineup? I guess we'll see tomorrow.
I mean, guys were slipping and sliding everywhere.
Yeah, they
out
were
there at times.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, maybe like in the outfield, it's not like the worst thing in the world if you slip, because you're not going to get like stuck on something. You're just going to slide.
I agree.
So I don't think that they're going to view it as like dangerous, circumstances to put him in the outfield. I think he'll be in center field tomorrow.
That'd be my guess. I mean, he hasn't played in a month. He's missed 24 games. I'm sure he's itching to get back out there. He played in the field in AA, so that would be my guess as well. Padres Payne, thank you. He says Suarez changed, looking good lately. Yep, he used that in the 9th inning tonight. Last pitch of the game was nasty. So effective when he's locating both pitches. I mean, he's thrown 100 tonight in the rain. Mm-hmm. And there are a couple of well-hit balls off Estrada and/or Suarez in the 8th or 9th innings. A couple of balls that were hit towards warning tracks tonight, but again, staying in the yard. Suarez, does he have 15 saves now or 14, Jim?
14.
I mean, 14 for 14, a sub .6 ERA. As good of any reliever right now in the sport, Robert Suarez.
And he's doing a great job of mixing up his pitches. He's not just throwing like 17 consecutive fastballs
like last year.
Right. He is mixing up his pitches, and they're not just waste pitches. They're actually effective. They're getting swings and misses. They're over the plate for strikes. And like the first pitch tonight to who was it? Why am I blanking on his name?
Was this Suarez on the mound?
Suarez on the mound in the 9th
inning.
No, it was 2 outs, and it was Dominguez, right?
Oh yeah, Jason Dominguez.
Jason Dominguez, yeah. First pitch. Believe it was a changeup.
Yeah, first or second. I remember. Yep.
Swung through it. So like you're keeping the hitter honest, and you're not just saying, here's a fastball, go hit it, or good luck. Like, he is mixing his pitches, and that's the development. That's the next stage of Robert Suarez, which we all were wondering if he was going to be able to do this upcoming season. And it was a little like, is he going to do that? Because he had an awful spring, but once again, it just proves spring training is bullshit. So, numbers in spring are bull.
You can't get carried away with it. Sometimes it means something. Sometimes it doesn't. Talon, thanks, man, for the super. He has been saying all season, Bogey is team MVP. Haters. I think I'm going to take that with a bit of a facetious tone, but I like the super chat. Thank you, Talon. And then Hendrick saying, what a game. Toddy needs to lay off those low ones. Loved Schultz fire, though. Listen, Tatis was going to have a stretch where he was going to have strikeouts, right? Ultimate power hitter. He had this ridiculously low strikeout percentage to start the year. Struck out 3 times tonight. He's had an 0 for 5 or 2 over the last week. Still hitting 317. Still has a 943 OPS. Also got hit on the freaking arm on Friday.
So, oh, yeah. By the way, he thought his season was over.
Right. So, I mean, and didn't miss a game. So I think we can kind of understand that with Fernando Tatis Jr. But shoot, I mean, whatever. If not for Tatis's ejection, who knows if they win this game? I don't know. Does it play out identically? If that never happens and he just pops out on the infield and he doesn't get ejected and Schilt doesn't come out, we'll never know if it plays out that same way or not. So I'll give Tatis the break because Tatis, by and large, has carried this team offensively so far this year, especially with Jackson Merrill out.
Yeah, I think when one guy struggles, other guys need to step up, and that's what's happened here in the 6-game winning streak. And
right,
who is one of those players that have stepped up? Xander Bogaerts. Who is one of those players that have stepped up? Manny Machado. Those 2 guys, last 6 games have been incredible for this team. Look at Manny's numbers in the last 6 games. I mean, he's been on fire.
Yeah, I mean, even look at Manny's numbers now for the year, and I'd have to pull them up, but it's been very productive for Machado, who's hitting 294 with an 817 OPS. And you know, if you've been watching the Padres for the last 7 years, he typically does his work in the summer months. Like he really gets going typically June, July, August. Right. Those are some of his best months. And he's, been more than productive so far to start the year. Listen to this quote. All right. Kevin has it in the UT. This quote's incredible. Speaking of Manny, he said post-game, "It was fucking great, man." Machado said of Schilt's angry demonstration, "He fucking fired us up." And T. Wade fired us up on second base. Locke after that. Arise after that. I mean, it was just an overall team effort. He would later say, "We got the fucking dub." That's Manny Machado, man. I mean, he's real as real gets in Major League Baseball. You don't see a lot of quotes like that for Major League Baseball players today. You do for Manny Machado. And let's just hope this continues, dude. The way they finished last year, they picked it up here to start the regular season. It's almost like, can they continue to play like this? This is such an incredible clip, and they're playing at such a high rate that, again, they don't even have to play at this clip, but this has just been so fun to watch. Can they possibly keep doing this is kind of the question that I keep asking myself, because like everything's just going their way right now.
Just ride the wave, man. Ride the wave. And when inevitably you go through slumps, weather the storm, because the way this team has responded to bad stretches of baseball is immediately with amazing stretches of baseball. That's just what this team's MO has been over the last year plus. And, from dating, well, not for a full year, but basically the second half of last season on. We talked about the win-loss record from the start of the second half to right now. Would you say it was today like 60?
66 and 30.
Yeah, they're 66 and 30 since their run started last year in the second half. That's incredible.
What?
36 games over 500. Like, excuse me?
What is that winning percentage, dude? Let's see. 66 divided by 96. They've won at a 688 clip.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Which means over 162, you would win 111.4 games. So
you're like knocking on the door of the all-time record for like wins in the season.
Yeah. That's crazy, dude. For 100 games?
I know.
To play like that for 100 games is incredible.
Back to what Manny said. Love it. I love it. And to Schulte. Yeah. Dude's a cringy guy, right? He says things and you're like, okay, right? Like you roll your eyes like, okay, Schulte. And that's to us. All right. That's to the media. That's to the fans, right? Now fans obviously love him, but like the players are the most important. If you don't have the players bought into you, none of that bullshit works. And I think the biggest reason why the players have bought into Schulte, and it's in everyday life. If you have a boss and your boss is never having your back, and your boss is always putting you down, and your boss is always saying that you need to be better, and your boss is always just like kind of nonchalant, disregarding things that you say, you're not going to go to battle for your boss. You're not going to speak highly of your boss. You're probably going to want that guy to, or person to be fired. You're like, screw that person. Schulte is the complete opposite. He will always have the players back. He will always encourage. He will always be positive, and he'll always go to bat for every single player on this team. And that is in sports and baseball, especially because it's such a long season, and the grind of baseball is unlike any other sport. You need that. And you are seeing the fruits of that labor from Schulte being as positive as he is with the players, being as encouraging as is with the players, and having these guys back in every scenario. It is showing, and you just listen to a quote like that from Manny, you understand why it works.
Mike Schulte as a manager is 368 and 279. He is 89 games over 500, a winning percentage of 569. That is right up there with as good as it gets outside of a few. And again, the sample size isn't huge. He hasn't managed for a decade, but he's managed long enough, and he's won enough, and he has won at a high clip in regular seasons. Guys, we do want to remind you about our friends at SeatGeek. They've got a great offer for you going on right now. If you click that link in the description down below, make sure to use promo code PODSWRAP. You're going to get $20 off your tickets at SeatGeek. All right, we've come through for you guys. You can use that code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP, $20 off tickets at SeatGeek. That's $20 off your first purchase of $50 or more with promo code PODSWRAP. Make sure you click the link in the description. You'll download the app, have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. We do thank SeatGeek for that. And obviously the Padres are coming home next week. You can get tickets starting at just $48 for the Padres Angels series that is coming up. In addition to that, you can pick up tickets for the Breeders' Cup this fall, concerts, SDFC. I just saw what I see also here. Who was it? Shakira. Shakira at Snapdragon Stadium in San Diego coming up this summer. So use promo code PODSWRAP, and you're going to get $20 off your first order of $50 or more at SeatGeek. Just remember to click that link in the description down below.
Very easy. Just open up the SeatGeek app right here. When you are searching for tickets, make sure you are looking for tickets that are in the green. Green means good. Red means bad. Green, get those tickets. And of course, SeatGeek is the MLB official ticket marketplace for you. Your tickets are fully guaranteed and instantly fulfilled in your account after the purchase. But when you purchase, you have to use our promo code. Come through us, PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP, for $20 off tickets at SeatGeek. Promo code right there on the screen. Check it out right now. Get some tickets for the Padres games upcoming here on their next homestand when they will face the LA Angels coming up next Monday.
15. This isn't 15. This is 10. We are 15 subscribers away from 8,400. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment right now, if you're here live or on replay, to subscribe. I don't know how many likes are on this video right now, but we're looking for 600 tonight. So if you are here, and there's over 600 of you here live and many more on replay, all you have to do is hit that button, that like button. Help us get to 600 likes on this video tonight. And thank you for the super chats. Click the $ below the chat box. Thank you for the memberships. Click the join button down below. Let's get back to some of these super chats. Padres win at Yankee Stadium in game one. Their 6th straight win. They're 23-11, trailing only the Dodgers for the best record in baseball. Luke T, thank you, man, for the super chat. He says, Jim, next time you give the schedule, please include the weather.
Too much.
Thanks.
That's too much.
Thunderstorms.
That is
showers.
They play the Angels on Monday. Weather forecast for that game is 68 with a low of 59. No, I'm not doing that.
No, you can't do that. I am curious about tomorrow in New York just because. And tomorrow in New York, it says a high of 58 with an 85% chance of rain.
Great.
No, excuse me, a high of 67, a low of 58. So 85% chance of rain, 40% chance of rain on Wednesday.
All right. Well, if they got the game in tonight, so I'm pretty confident that they're going to find a way to get in the game in tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, it's the big leagues. They wait things out for forever. It's Yankee Stadium. By and large, they get these games in.
Right.
Hendrick, thank you for the super. He says, when Manny gets mad, watch out. Manny's just, I don't even know how to describe Manny right now. I just like the way he is as a leader, as a player, defensively, his overall being. It's not that he's put up like Pete Alonso, Aaron Judge, even Fernando Tatis Jr. numbers. He hasn't. I don't even think that's the expectation. I don't go into a year being like, man, I wonder if he's going to match Ohtani in home runs or if he's going to be Aaron Judge this year. That's not who he is. He's a great hitter, but he's not the same hitter as Aaron Judge and never will be. Mm-hmm. But he's super productive, Jim, and he's a great two-way player because of his defense. And he had a meaningful moment in this game. That 2-run double with the bases loaded. You saw the note. He hit 354 in his career with the bases loaded. I mean, that's unbelievably clutch. And he had a 2-run double in this game with 2 outs in the 8th inning. And then that set up Xander Bogaerts coming through later in the inning. So Manny's, I think, has had a very good start to his year.
I think so too. He's hitting 294 on the season, 817 OPS, 3 home runs, 16 RBIs. You know those numbers are going to go up. You just do. I think the batting average is what you look at start his season where you're like, that's a really good start for Manny. Because, I mean, historically, if you look at Manny's seasons, he doesn't always start hot. He gradually works his way into a year. The home runs, again, you're right. Once it gets warmer, those home runs will go up. He will have a stretch and he will have a month where he goes off. I'm pretty confident in that. And the average to me is the indicator to show you early on Manny's playing good baseball. 294 this early on in the season, like, yeah, he's playing good baseball. It's not like 20 at bats. It's almost 130 here. So yeah, he's had a really good start to the season. The numbers, he's gonna get his numbers. Like that's just what it is. And so far, the numbers that he has gotten, they've been pretty impactful. Right? Like they're not just empty stats where the team's up 10-1 and he hits the 2-run bomb.
Yep.
Right? We've seen plenty of that from other guys. The numbers that Manny, the 3 home runs, 16 RBI, those are impactful. Look at when he's hit those home runs. Look at when they are, and he's had those RBIs. Impactful numbers.
Yeah, I think that's well said. No, I agree with you. He's just been good. I don't know how to describe it. I'm not. Again, the point being that he's been a really good player on a great team. It's just the point. And again, like they've had guys out, and by and large, he's been able to put together a nice start to his year. Not perfect, but a nice start to his year. JD Goucher, thank you, man, for the super chat. He says Yankees still mentally soft until further notice. I don't know. I'm sure the Yankees will be fine. They have as good of a hitter as there is. I think their lineup is good. I think their starting pitching is good, and clearly their bullpen hasn't been terrific so far this year. I mean, they were in the World Series last year. They've obviously lost some pieces from that team like Juan Soto, but I mean, I think going to Yankee Stadium, Jim, and winning a series, which they haven't yet done, but they're fully capable of doing now with Michael King tomorrow. I mean, that's a good series. This isn't just some also ran. This is the New York Yankees who came in 11-7 at home. And you win a series at Yankee Stadium, you've done good work, and that's what the Padres are capable of doing come tomorrow, potentially.
Yeah, the Yankees are a good team.
Yep.
They just, like you said, their bullpen is not even close. It's not even the same, like, solar system as the Padres bullpen, right?
Yeah.
Devin Williams, one of their big acquisitions in the offseason, has been horrific for them. Dude has over a 10 ERA. I mean, he's just not good. And they're going to have a good lineup. They probably need another bat, right, to pair with Judge. Because can you count on Goldschmidt to, continue to do what he's doing all year long at his age? Probably going to need another bat. Their pitching has been really good. Rodon has had a bounce back to start his season for sure. And Max Fried, who you're facing on Wednesday, he's been as advertised for them. I mean, he has been incredible. So if you're looking to all right, let's win the series here in New York, the game that you're looking to go after is tomorrow because you're facing Fried on Wednesday. And he's a tough-ass lefty.
Yeah, and you get the shot in the arm of Merrill. You have Michael King, who's just been so good. To your point, it's Michael King back at Yankee Stadium for the first time since the trade. I think that certainly has value. I think if you're Michael King, Anytime you've been traded from an organization, even in a deal as significant as the Juan Soto trade, I'm sure you're looking to prove that original organization or the team that traded you wrong. I think that's got to be the case. The Yankees spoke so highly of Michael King even before they made that trade, right? There was all this discussion about whether
They didn't want to trade him.
They didn't want to trade him, and it makes sense now that now that we've seen him pitch over the last 2 years. So yeah, let's see what King does tomorrow at Yankee Stadium, somewhere that he's familiar with, and let's see what Jackson Merrill looks like in his first ever game at Yankee Stadium, coming off the IL after missing the last month.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Hopefully, Michael King shoves and pisses Yankees fans off even more for that trade. It's like, no. But
True.
Hey, they made the World Series last year and they had Juan Soto for a year and then they couldn't keep him. So sorry.
I would love to see some of Yankee Twitter / have listened to that WFAN or wherever it is, WCBS postgame, or listen to the Fan tomorrow morning, because that was.
Did the Mets lose too today?
I know they the Mets did.
I think they won in Arizona. Last time I saw, Francisco Lindor had a pretty big home run in that game.
The Yankees have the benefit of the Knicks winning in epic fashion tonight. So
it's all about the Knicks tomorrow.
The Yankees will get conversation too, though, in New York. Guys, we do want to remind you about our friends over at Mova Globes. Remember, if you use promo code PWS10, that's PWS10, click that link in the description down below. You're going to get 10% off these bad boys. These are officially licensed through Major League Baseball. This company is based in San Diego. The technology invented in Cardiff by the Sea in North County. Click the link in the description down below. Get 10% off. They have all 30 teams officially licensed, including the Padres. You see some other teams on the screen right now. Pick them up while they're available. This is the perfect gift idea for the baseball fan in your life. They spin automatically with artificial or natural light. No cords, no wires. Terrific desk item for a home or work office, birthday. Great gift idea for the baseball fan in your life, whether it's a Padres fan or not. Remember to use promo code PWS10 and take 10% off.
Yeah, pick up a Mobile Globe today. Use our promo code PWS10. Get one for yourself. Buy one for your family member. Buy one for a work desk, an office desk, a bookshelf, a nightstand, whatever. Pick up a Padres Mobile Globe today and have fun with it.
Yeah, enjoy. Absolutely. You'll have fun with that. Trying to think what else happened in this game. I mean, they put the tarp in the field there in the fourth inning. Like you said, Pivetta stayed in the game. I was shocked, Jim, to your point. I'm like, oh, they're in a lengthy delay. We were driving home from work, or I was driving home from work.
It wasn't that long of a delay, though.
No, and I'm listening, and then all of a sudden, they're like, here we are back. Like, I thought it was just an update from the stadium, and they're like, we're ready to go. I'm like, what do you mean ready to go?
Right.
How's that even possible? It was like pouring 2 seconds ago. And to your point, they didn't even allow – this might have been actually a smart move. They didn't allow the grounds crew to re-chalk the batter's box because they were concerned about a second cell that was moving in. And that's what we saw in the 8th and 9th inning when the rain was coming down so heavy there later in the game. So I think they wanted to get the game in this like 90-minute window, and it kind of did. And then it came down heavy in the 8th and 9th innings. And they just said, screw it. We don't need a batter's box. Let's just play on. And the grounds crew was like shocked. They like lost their minds. Like, wait, what? You're just going to start this game up? I really rarely seen that. And they just like started the game up playing in like dirt randomly 20 minutes after the tarp went on the field.
Yeah. I mean, look, it would take 5 minutes to do the chalk.
It would have taken probably, if that, 3 to 5 minutes.
Like, not going to take long to do that. They already put the sand on the field, the dirt on the field. Anyway, it's whatever. I mean, I kind of thought that was a little weird, but
all worked out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad the game didn't get called when it was raining as hard as it was, and they decided to get
thankfully the first delay wasn't after 4.5 innings.
Right. But
then maybe they just would have banged it.
Probably.
And the Yankees would have won. Whatever the score would have been. If it was the top of the 5th inning complete and it was 2-0 or 3-0, whatever the score was, maybe that would have just – I don't know if they would have called it or not because it was such a short delay, but maybe. Hey, Susie says, John, WTF does carded by the sea even mean LMAO? I will let Chad answer that. Cardiff by the sea. I will let someone else put that in there.
Cardiff by the Sea. I used
T.
to live in
Kelly,
Cardiff by the Sea.
Cardiff by the Sea. That's where MOVA globes were invented, that technology. Cardiff by the Sea, not carded.
Did you
by
say
the sea.
carded?
No, I said Cardiff.
Yeah, Cardiff. I used to live in Cardiff.
If you've never heard of it, it might sound like carded, but I said Cardiff by the Sea.
True. I love this picture of Schulte just like in Adrian Johnson's face, just like.
I mean, the glasses. It was when he took the glasses off and like cast them aside. That alone was like epic because
shit's about to get real.
See that, and then it got real, dude, to the point where Tim Leeper comes down the line and another umpire comes down the line, and I mean, Adrian Johnson and Mike Schilt were like face to face for a good amount of time. Like you'll see that every once in a while. I like what Schilt said post game is like, look at my track record. I don't have a lot of players that get ejected by umpires. Like I really do respect the craft. He has said this before. Like he came up working in umpire rooms in minor league baseball in North Carolina. So like I think he gets it. And he also prefaced what he said post game tonight. Like it's a hard job. It's an impossible job. I don't want the job. I think most people don't want the job. There's a reason that it pays well and there's a union. It's a hard job. The job sucks, truthfully.
It does. It's awful.
Yeah, you got to, I mean, but you got to be able to do the job, even if it's a hard job. And Adrian Johnson couldn't. It's going to look so different next year with challenges and that ABS system. So, you know, the umpires won't look as bad, I don't think, or maybe they will because opponents are going to go like 14 for 14 in challenges against certain umpires. But yeah, I mean, the umpiring was poor. Mike Schilt took his, you know, anger out on the umpire. So did Fernando Tatis Jr. That's part of baseball, man. It has been for forever. It probably will be moving forward. And the Padres, you know, get the last laugh in the end. I don't think it's personal to Adrian Johnson. I just think he sucks.
Right. I don't think he's out there doing it on purpose. He's just, you're right. He sucks at his job. He's just not good at it. It's not his. I mean, it is his fault, but
kind of his fault. Yeah.
But you know, and I loved Schulte post game, basically essentially again, like, I'll let the report card speak for itself for that umpire out there. You're like, oh, dude, because you know the report card's going to come out. It's going to be fucking like he was like 91%, and that's awful for an umpire.
Yeah, I mean, will he even be that good? I think he was just saying in general, this guy's been awful, which is probably true.
Yeah, Adrian Johnson is not a good home plate umpire.
No, and he was terrible tonight, and that hurt Pavetta, and he was probably bad both ways. I wasn't really paying attention as much both ways, but
for both teams, he was awful.
Yeah, so it happens, and the Padres overcame it, and they won the game 4-3, and now they'll see if they can win this series again tomorrow with Michael King or on Wednesday with Dylan Cease, and then the off day Thursday and Colorado. And you look at this division still. Listen, you can't worry about anything other than your own play, especially early, and you pile up wins like this, and you get this far over 500, and you just feel good about where you're at. Right? I mean, you can't overly consume yourself with like, oh, well, the Dodgers won or half game up on this team or a game ahead of that team. It's way too early to do that. All you can do is take care of business. And I mean, they're doing that in an absurd clip, 23-11. I don't know if it's the best start in franchise history or not, but it's got to be right up there with 1998.
They're just playing really good baseball now after that 11-game horrific stretch. Not horrific, but it was just a bad stretch of baseball. And man, did they turn that thing around in a huge way. I still think that off day, adding Arise back Tuesday, that really helped everybody just reset.
Yeah, I think Arise was a big part of it. I don't think it's the only part. I mean, I don't think you win 6 games in a row because of any player. I don't think you do that because of Aaron Judge or Shohei Ohtani. And I don't think Luis Arise is the reason why they've won 6 straight. I don't think an off day is the reason why they've won 6 straight. I just think they're playing well as a team. And hopefully when Merrill comes back in, they don't skip a beat and Merrill looks like Merrill. That's the one thing I'm curious about. I mean, this guy's so good and he's been so special in the big leagues in a short period of time. I'm expecting him to just look like he's always looked and there not to be some type of curve ahead for Merrill in the days to come. But I guess we'll see once he gets back out there, hopefully tomorrow night.
Look, if he doesn't go 3 for 4 tomorrow night with a double and 2 RBIs, then
he's got to go.
I will probably come on the wrap-up show and say, maybe we should send him down.
Do you think Oscar Gonzalez goes tomorrow?
I do.
I guess there's really no option.
Yeah, I think they will. I think they value Lockridge more than they do Oscar Gonzalez, just simply because of his speed and his defense.
Yep.
Yeah, I would be surprised if it's Campy. because I think
why would you have just called him up, right?
yeah, I think they're just going to give him an opportunity to just, all right, man, we're going to put you in
DH.
a DH spot and give you some time here and see what you can do. Maybe they do. I don't know, but I think it's between those two guys. I think it's between Gonzalez and Campy.
Yep. No, I completely agree.
And then when Jake comes back, they're not getting rid of Tyler Wade. He's been good. He's been good. That might be a Lockridge situation.
I don't know, man. You're right. I mean, that's just,
or it's a Campy. If they send down Gonzalez tomorrow, all right, and then Friday, maybe it is Campy Friday.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he's not here to catch, apparently, so maybe that makes him expendable.
I just think they like Lockridge and Wade too much. Like, I think they just think that those guys bring a lot of value to the team, even though Lockridge just can't hit. I think he does bring value with his speed, his base running, his defense, and who knows, he gets a ball down the right field line to triple. So, which we saw in Pittsburgh.
And it can't be Wade because there's just no world where
no shot.
Mike Schultz managing a team that Tyler Wade's going to be sent down. I mean, they already DFA'd him for Yuli Gurriel. It's not going to happen again.
Especially the way Tyler Wade's been playing.
Yeah, it's not happening. We do want to remind you about our friends over at Underdog Fantasy. If you use promo code PODSWRAP, that's PADSWRAP, you're getting a free gimme pick plus a 50% deposit match up to $1,000. Couldn't be simpler or easier to win. By the way, a free gimme pick means like higher or lower than a half plate appearance for Fernando Tatis Jr. If you use that promo code PODSWRAP, you'll get something like that on your first entry or pick 'em. But this is how simple and easy it is. You just choose higher or lower. With Tatis tomorrow, higher than a half home run. You can pair it with Aaron Judge, higher than a half home run. By the way, if that happens, if both Toddy and Judge homer tomorrow, that pays $77.60. Just that happening. You can also pair it with things like Manny Machado, Michael King, but then you can go over to NBA as well. You can pair it across multiple sports. So you can play game ones and game twos in the Eastern and Western Conference semifinals as well. Like Tyrese Halliburton higher than 18.5 points, or Donovan Mitchell higher than 28.5 points. All of a sudden you go 4 for 4 there, and $10 pays $258.90. So again, there it is, $258.90. You can flex it, which means you don't even have to win all of your picks, and you can still win money by getting 3 out of 4 right. Remember to use promo code PODSWRAP. That's PADSWRAP. Click that link in the description down below. Get the free gimme pick plus a 50% deposit match with our friends. The best and easiest place to play fantasy sports, Underdog Fantasy.
Did we get close to hitting our bet from last night?
My guess is probably not.
I don't think we got close.
We had a couple of home runs in there for the Padres, I think.
Yeah, we didn't get close to that. But anyway, you could win potentially $5,000 if you download the Underdog Fantasy app. Scan the QR code above my head. When you download the Underdog Fantasy app, use our promo code PODSWRAP. Just that's what you have to do. And then you start playing, get a free gimme pick there to win some money. You could win as much as $5,000 in one play in one day just by betting $10. So download the Underdog Fantasy app right now. Use our promo code PODSWRAP when you sign up.
Let's get to the super here from JD Gacho related to the NBA, whose meltdown was worse, Oklahoma City or the Celtics?
I'm gonna say, it's a good question. Let's see here. So, I'm gonna say it was the Celtics.
Really? Okay.
I'm gonna say it was the Celtics because I think Celtics had they were up by, I think, 15.5. No, they're up by 14.5.
Okay.
Okay. The Nuggets, they were down by only 10.5. Now ballooned there in the third quarter, but the Nuggets, I'll just say the Celtics. All right. Celtics. I mean, they're both. Is it right that the road team is 3 for 3 in the semifinals, right? Right now, yes. In the Eastern Conference.
And
the Western Conference. In the West, yeah. Tomorrow we'll see if they go 4 for 4.
Your Warriors, that's right.
I don't know.
But yeah, these games have been good. So hopefully that continues here moving forward. While we have a moment, shameless plug here for us. John and Jim, in the Best of UT Readers poll, I just put a link in the live chat. There'll also be a link in the description down below if you're watching on replay. But if you click on media, this is not the most user-friendly site.
No.
But if you click the link in the live chat or in the description down below, click on media and then scroll down to Sports Talk Radio. We would appreciate it. It takes about 30 seconds if you vote for John and Jim.
On Extra 1360.
We were really good when we were on Extra 1360, but we're even maybe better now on 760.
Oh, we're so much better on 760.
Just click. By the way, it's the only thing you have to vote for. You don't have to vote for anything else. You have to vote for auto or bars and nightlife or anything else. You just click on John and Jim, hit submit. All you have to do is put an email address in. It's as simple as that. That's all you have to do. Put an email address in. You can vote for John and Jim. We appreciate your vote. I think this closes in 1 week. We've actually won this award somehow twice in 2022 and 2023. I don't think we won it last year, but if you wouldn't mind voting for us, we appreciate that.
I didn't know we were doing it last year.
Doing it. What's that?
Is that I didn't even realize. I didn't even remember. I don't even know what last year. I don't know.
We were nominated. And we didn't win.
Okay. Yeah. Well, what? Okay. I don't think we promoted it one time.
I don't know if we did or not. And this is thank you, Michael.
Perfect.
Please use them all. Please vote 22 times. And thank you to Not Me Solo, who's voted already. Appreciate that.
Thank you
as well. So yeah, click that link. It's either in the description or in the live chat. We appreciate you voting for us. And Sad Fryer, thank you for voting for us as well. And we will be back tomorrow night following game 2.
Do we want to do another shameless plug?
What do you got?
Merch?
Yeah, we could do that.
I mean, might as well.
Might as well. I mean, stuff is moving like wildfire right now that we want to make sure.
It really is. It's flying off the shelves, guys. I mean, we really appreciate it, but it wouldn't hurt to continue to buy more things. I mean, we got mugs, we got sweatshirts, shirts, we got stickers, hats, all of it. Yeah, I just need to find the page. And you can also actually get 25% off our merch. It's going on right now. I think it's limited time for the next. Mark Nimitz says he needs new merch. You do need some new merch, Mark. You do, Mark. Mark, what's going on, man? Shout out to our title sponsor. Look at us. Look at us. Let me click on all products real quick. We've got John and Jim Star Wars gear for next May 4th. That's only 364 days away, so make sure to pick that up for next year. It's coming soon. Show everybody our mugs. Show everyone our mugs. There we go. We have mugs. We have J&J. I kind of like the J&J gear, truthfully. Yeah. John and Jim. J&J mugs. We got Aztec mug there. We got everything. We really do. Got stickers. Got a quarter zip. Come on, man. Need that quarter zip. Can't go wrong. So again, 2 days left. It says it here at the top of the site, 25% off everything. I will put a link in the live chat right now for our merch link for 25% off. It's also in the description down below. We appreciate your support of the channel. Yep. Anything helps. All support. All right, guys, join us tomorrow on John and Jim, 2 p.m. We'll get you ready for that 4:05 start. Could be a delay like today, so we'll get you ready. And thank you, Jesus, who says, I'm so excited to wear my John and Jim shirt at work. How cool is that? Thank you, Jesus. Awesome. Thank you, buddy. Cool. We appreciate you, man. Thank you for your support of the channel. And join us tomorrow. We also have a John and Jim YouTube channel where we are live 2 to 6 on weekdays, Monday through Friday in San Diego. And then join us tomorrow night on the wrap-up show, hopefully wrapping up a 7th consecutive Padres win. That's what they're going for tomorrow in Jackson Merrill's return. I feel like we haven't even spent enough time on that. We will again tomorrow, but Jackson Merrill will be back. Michael King against his former team at Yankee Stadium on a Tuesday night. The upcoming schedule is that Padres and Yankees in the rain Tuesday night at Yankee Stadium. Plays. Before we go, subscribe. All right. I don't think we got to 8,400, but we got close. Right. Got to 8387, 13 subscribers away. So if you're here on replay, we would appreciate it if you did subscribe. If you're here live, we'd appreciate it if you did subscribe.
Support our partners. Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance. Mark, what's going on? Thank you for your support. If you have an insurance need, click that link in the description down below. If you want a Mova Globe, use promo code PWS10, get 10% off. Click the link in the description down below. SeatGeek, get $20 off your first $50 purchase by using promo code PODSWRAP. And again, Underdog Fantasy, click the link in the description down below. Get a free gimme pick, a 50% deposit match. Use promo code PODSWRAP. All right, we'll be back tomorrow. John and Jim at 2 p.m. Wrap-up show late night. For Jim, I'm John. Padres have won 6 straight. This has been the Wrap-Up Show.